was.
All right, let's continue here. Let's get into our miscellaneous folder, okay? Mm-hmm. So I called this out from the beginning. Mm-hmm. I said on Sunday, when Jeremy Hambley first began this spiral of talking about how he was going to take everything, he was going to take our YouTube, he was going to take our Kick, I said, I hope that Hambley realizes that his efforts to suppress the information about his bull best friend's open swinging and criminal history is only going to lead to more people than he could imagine knowing. By the middle of this week, I think he will realize the mistake he has made. And the prophet prophesied what would come to pass, because right on schedule, by the middle of the week, by Thursday, Jeremy Hambley was trying to apologize. He was trying to admit wrong. He was trying to damage control. Let's have a look at this fake apology, which in the light of the event, oh, by the way, the reason why this apology went down, we're going to show you guys here. Yeah. So here is all of the people that started calling Jeremy out on his bullshit. It was escaping containment. He could no longer control the narrative. And so he, after realizing all these people were turning on him, he then tried to apologize. Didn't work. And now he's resorted to full-on deplatforming. So here we have Mahler, Geeks and Gamers, or no, sorry, Nerdrotic,
and
Mahler,
AZ.
And yes, heel versus babyface.
Guys, these guys rule. I love them. Friday Night Tights and their own channels, obviously respect. Like, dude, like, this is crazy that they said this. Watch this. And remember, they've had quartering on their show. Okay? Mm-hmm. This is not like, these are distant. No, they're part of the community of, making fun of the anti-woke stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But watch this.
Quartering attacking Kino Casino. Thoughts? Or give a care at all. Love everything that you do. Thank you.
Now, I'm right away, it's an awkward situation for them, because this is somebody that they've worked with in the past. They've collaborated with on a bunch of live streams, who's supposedly ideologically sympathetic to their aims, who's also against anti-woke content. But the thing is, they actually have the principles that Jeremy claims to have, but doesn't have. To where even if this is somebody that they've worked with in the past, even if this is somebody that they have a financial incentive to cover for, they're still going to condemn these actions anyway. Yeah. And good on them for doing so. Let's continue.
And of somebody trying to deplatform another person, particularly with like tenuous.
Tenuous.
So,
like, quartering, you put these guys in this situation of going, okay, well, you can't do that, bro. This is fucked.
I think the quarter needs to take some stock. I think it's a
well, he didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't.
He didn't. He pretended like he had, and then he got drunk again. And this is the thing. This is alcoholism. He has to put down the bottle for the good of himself, for the good of his wife. He needs to stop drinking. But he hasn't stopped drinking in the last 43 years, so I doubt he's going to now. Continue.
Were you going to say something, Mahler?
Well, just I hope everyone finds a calm and peaceful way for this to settle down. But it doesn't look like it.
I guess not. I guess not. I guess not.
Because even they know this is a bad idea. Even saying this shit is a bad idea, dude.
Oh, it doesn't look.
By the way, this was bad before the flag. This was bad before the strikes.
Like it at all. Not when you're threatening to deplat. It's what the language that Courtney was using. Like, if they take down all the stuff about me, then I won't deplatform them or attempt to deplatform them. It's like, but I don't mind if they have a go at me. But you kind of do if you're saying that, dude.
Yes, obviously. It's insane. It's crazy. I don't care. No, I really like these guys as long as they don't criticize me. Well, that's not how this works, Jeremy. That's not how it works at all.
And the Meltdown game stream that we'll watch later, he hints at what happened today, by the way. He hints at it. Well, not even hints. He says it clear as day.
And let's just say the quartering is very forthgiving when it comes to him under attack. So I find, I find that if there have been accusations made that people are making threats to his wife and stuff like that, which they fucking shouldn't,
obviously,
of course,
absolute bang out of order, then present us them thusly.
Yeah. And he still hasn't presented any evidence of this. And this isn't some deranged internet troll, some fucking lunatic. These are guys with big platforms and big channels, okay? Like, some of these guys are millionaires, Jeremy, okay? And they're in good faith asking for you to provide any sort of receipt, any sort of shred of evidence that any of this is happening to you, which you have not done. And even if you did, it still doesn't justify deplatforming, because we are not directing the harassment to you, buddy. We are not. We have nothing to do with that. We can't control the actions of all the people out there in the world that you're pissing off through your homosexual actions, my friend. You're acting like a homo, and you're going to be snuffed out like one.
And how about this, Jer, when you made your 300th video on Brie Larson and people were shitting on her on Twitter. Is that your fault that she was harassed on Twitter? Brie Larson?
Well, this is by his logic that he harassed Brie Larson or Alyssa Mercante or any of these other SJW feminist type women that they've been making videos against by the dozens, by the hundreds. It didn't cut the mustard back then, and it won't now. It just won't.
Deplatforming bad.
It's really that simple.
I'm sure they'll have more to say after today, by the way. I'm sure they'll have a lot more to say after today.
I'm sure they will. But nobody is on side with deplatforming, Jeremy. Nobody's on side with it.
So what? He's the only YouTuber you can't make fun of on the whole of YouTube. You can make fun of everyone in the world except for him. Oh, okay.
But that's just coming from a guy whose channel's fucking failing. So what is going on?
Did you hear that?
Well, maybe Jer shouldn't have insulted these guys and said that their channels were dying and their grifts were failing in order to deflect heat from his own failing business and excuse his own failures. Because now nobody has any incentive to support you, because you're a dirty fucking snake who stabs these people in the back at your first opportunity to save yourself. That's what you've done to your friends. And they won't stand for you because you wouldn't stand for them. You threw them under the bus for no reason.
Buddy.
What do I know?
There's a lot more stuff updating right now on Twitter.
If we look at his analytics.
That was that. Okay, we have a lot more, guys. So let's continue.
Here we have D-Day. Oh, sorry. We have Shoe on Head here.
Front of the show.
Demanding an apology from Jer. Threatening to deplatform a channel is like threatening to use a nuke in the world of the internet. Completely against the bro code. Every public figure is mocked and their personal lives gossiped about. Shu says, I learn new lore about myself every day, but never threaten to destroy those people's lives. You need to apologize to the casino boys directly and just continue making content your fans want to see. Amen. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. This isn't a crazy out there take or a troll take. This is somebody that has a huge platform themselves that's letting you know how the internet works. But you know how the internet works. You should know better than this, Jeremy. You're a Gamergate veteran, meme war veteran, right? But you just don't know how anything works. It's okay for everyone else to get fucked with and gossiped about and made fun of. But the moment it happens to you, then you're crying to get people deplatformed like a fucking Randall. It's disgusting.
Yeah. And by the way, he's apparently, he's saying here, nothing to do with it. I was at dinner all night. No, you weren't.
Well, then, what about the F-150? But what about the F-150 at your house and all this shit?
We were flagged. Everything went down, and then he posted from inside his house the cards to insult us. And how do you get 2 channels down in 1 second with no strikes? How?
It's actually crazy that he expects anyone to believe any of what he's selling. It really is. No one does. No one believes him. That's the thing.
Yeah, of course.
No one believes him.
No one should, obviously.
And I genuinely have faith that regardless of our actions here, this is going to resolve itself in our favor. I really genuinely believe that, because I've seen this sort of situation play itself out many, many times before, and it never works out for the deplatformer. It never works out for this person. They always get their shit pushed in bad.
Oh, yeah. And we're not stopping. This fired me up to keep going. I'm like, do we do more shows a week now? Do we do more a week?
So here we have D-Day Cobra weighing in on the situation.
Love
we
this
have
guy.
2 separate clips of Good Jer, we call him here, Jeremy Prime, D-Day Cobra weighing in on the situation.
Yep, here we go.
Quartering defends cuties. Is that a thing? I haven't heard that one
yet.
But,
he did defend the movie Cuties.
Whoa, buddy! He did. Holy!
You never know. The internet's a wild and crazy place.
No, he literally
so for
did.
to Felt the quartering. Whoa, buddy! Yeah, look. I'm not that whole thing right now. When Mundane Matt is dunking on you on Twitter, holy shit, bro.
You know,
like sometimes it's just best to just turn off just get off Twitter, bro. Like, just understand that sometimes we get wrapped up in the social media world so much, and it's just like, get off of Twitter, bro. Twitter's a shit show. Like, so Quartering needs to understand you are way wrapped up in Twitter, and you need to understand when to step back. And I'm watching this whole thing play out.
None of the stuff that we were doing is real. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're making jokes, we're making criticisms towards Jeremy Hambley, towards his content, towards his infidelity towards his wife, towards him having a bull who's his friend of 10 years, coming over to his house to party in his hot tub with his big-tittied wife, as Jer said. But none of this is actually like taking away his livelihood, his ability to pay his bills, his voice on the internet, his ability to speak freely. None of it is actually harassing his wife or trying to have people fuck with him in real life or take away what he has. He decided, because of people making jokes and criticisms about him, that he was going to take everything that we have. That's what he decided the correct proportional response was.
Yep.
And no one's on side with that, Jer. No one's on board with it.
By the way, can I just add this? On entertainment worldwide, on X, we are the most posted about thing on Twitter right now. Above MAGA influencers split over Israel and U.S. foreign policy. That's right. This story is above what the political news is right now. Jer.
And I'm like, holy fuck, man. It is crazy how bad it's getting for him. Cobra, I know you don't want to be involved in the drama, but PPP is tearing the quartering a new one right now. Suffer bad, Jer. I mean, no, I'm not involved with that, but I will be catching up on the latest episode of Kino Casino. I mean, ultimately, quartering is doing this to himself. He's digging his own grave with all of this, all the responding. The number one thing you can't do is the moment that you, and again, this is me, my take on this is that the moment that you believe that you're smarter than the internet is the moment the internet will humble you quickly.
Yeah.
Okay? Nobody is smarter than the internet.
Oh!
Bold. Oh! Continue.
Nobody.
By the way,
you respect the internet. The internet is made to laugh at people, to meme on people, and to roast people.
Ash, Junior King paused his quartering video and released something else. I wonder why he had to extend his editing process.
Oh, I wonder why.
I wonder why he released something else instead of the quartering video.
He thinks that no big YouTuber is going to pick this up. Like, they will. This is easy content. It's not really a bold stance to be against deplatforming and flagging. It's about the only thing that everybody can agree on, you know? Mm-hmm. It's galaxy brain that this is what he's decided to do. It really is.
Beyond.
And that includes you. And when I say you, I mean everybody on the fucking internet. If you're on the fucking internet, you will be roasted. You will be laughed at. Yes. You will be made fun of.
And this is worse than the mundane Matt Boulder stream. You want to know why? Because with that, he struck someone down, but they kept their channel. With this, he took down 2 channels after bragging about it.
The moment that you think that you're above that,
the and now Quartering is tweeting out, like, this is insane. He's tweeting out, if you're looking for a platform that will support free speech, there is no better place than Rumble Video. Oh. I've never had an issue on this platform in 4 years. I'm so thankful they support free speech.
You want to screenshot that?
I can't believe that I can't believe that you send this shit out, Jer. Like, I really can't. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro.
That's interesting.
Humble the fuck out of you.
Screenshot that.
Stop thinking you're better than the internet, smarter than the internet, because it ain't possible. Simple as that. So, but I'll be checking out all of that later. I've been watching it from afar, you know, and hey man, I'm just getting the popcorn and watching the show play out.
Later on, after Jeremy posted his weird quasi apology, Geeks and Gamers, D-Day Cobra spoke on this again. We're going to watch that clip as well. This is escaping containment.
Yeah.
And it's going to be covered, and it's going to have sustained coverage as long as Quartering continues melting down and acting the fool as he is. So let's go to the next clip.
Okay. And by the way, hang on 1 second. Let me just put this. I'm putting all the people who are supporting, all the big YouTubers who are tweeting about it. Just making a nice big list here so we can add more content and show the support we're getting here. So here we go. Here's the next one, folks.
Okay.
The 199. Any thoughts on Quarter Pounder trying to take down the Kino Casino channels after getting exposed for his bull? I'm following all of it because I love watching Kino Casino because they are some of the most entertaining people on the internet. Hail Kino Casino.
Wow.
Thanks, ultimately,
big support.
I don't know what the hell's going on with the Quartering, man. He just can't get out of his own way. He's been on the internet far too long to end up in this situation like this. But it's shocking that he just keeps making it worse.
Like you know, everyone knows.
It's
not
everyone
even
has the same take.
Like a secret, like a close, okay, or it's just if you flag, it's over for you. If you try to get someone removed and deplatformed, it's over for you. Unless there was like a death threat or something like that, right? Obviously. That's like, okay, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. But we make jokes. We criticize just like you, Quartering. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't say he makes jokes because he's not really
He's
funny.
A cry bully. Well, he attempts, but they're not very funny. But it is the ultimate cry bully behavior for this guy to engage in the harassment and brigading campaigns that he's done, the doxings, the job lynch mobs that he's done over the years, trying to get people fired from their jobs and stuff like that, to then cry when criticism and mockery comes to his doorstep is bullshit.
Yeah.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
And as somebody that, you know, knows Jeremy or knew Jeremy, because I don't speak to Jeremy anymore, but he definitely is not stupid when it comes to how the internet operates, but he is way wrapped up in a cycle right now. And
he's drunk.
He's
an alcoholic.
The cycle is alcoholism. Because, in the morning, it's always fine. And then as soon as 4 p.m. hits,
4 or 5 o'clock hits, and then he gets a couple of vodkas into him, and he gets going again.
Not get out of his own way. And it is kind of hilarious to watch. And especially, I mean, I've given him advice, maybe through very aggressive and sarcastic means, but I did. He's not willing to listen. Not my problem. So, but trying to deplatform or even implying the deplatforming of another creator is always going to be frowned upon online, and it's something that is very difficult to come back from. Deplatforming, especially in our sphere, is not something that anyone looks upon in a positive light.
In the right wing, we went through this for so long in conservative circles, especially when Biden was president, especially post January 6th. Everybody was losing their monetization. Everybody was losing their platforms. The medical misinformation stuff with COVID. And so for Jeremy to do this is disgusting.
Over jokes.
And everyone knows it. Everyone knows it.
And by the way, this whole thing about the family, we just showed him talk about his wife. And we said, stop talking about your wife. There was no
him
doxing.
That keeps talking about his
like that.
wife. In revealing embarrassing information about their marriage, and trying to get with other women, and saying really disgusting things to his employees. Let's continue.
Rightfully so. It's just not something you should ever, in any way, shape, or form, promote or condone in any way, shape, or form. I mean, look at me. Like at my entire chat every time right now, and I know that a lot of this is bot systems and all of that, but I don't care. Like my comment section is wide open. After every stream, I'm getting fucking crushed in my comment section. But guess what? Welcome to the fucking internet. I give strong opinions, and people are going to give me strong opinions back. This is how it goes. I'm not in the business of silencing people because they give strong opinions back to me.
It's not like, guys,
and he's shutting.
It's not like Jeremy Hambley posts videos of puppies. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like Jeremy Hambley is going around, oh, look at my kitten did an adorable America's Funniest Home Video. You know what I mean? This is a guy who's out there every day, like the left, like anti-woke and blah, 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 and Trump this and Trump that, and political takes and going after other people and drama. Like, this is not an innocent child of God who's never got involved in any of this before. We just showed you guys on Wednesday him talking about worshiping Ethan Ralph and pledging his loyalty to the Ralpha male. He is so involved in all of this dirty fucking shit, and he wants to pretend otherwise, and it's nonsense.
All right, there you go.
Down his comment section. He's silencing people. He's limiting replies on Twitter. It's a clear sign of someone.
By the way, he also was hiding his replies, but you could hit hidden replies.
He's hiding his replies on his tweet about freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Yes. How do you do that? How do you actually do that though? And pretend like you're righteous in the situation.
Knows that they can't stand by what they're saying. I can stand by what I'm saying. I don't care if I get crushed for it. So those are my thoughts on it. Quartering is a bull in a china shop. He can't stop smashing shit, so instead of turning around and leaving the chaos, he keeps running down the aisle. Pretty much. I mean, for me, like, I know that Twitter is a shit show right now, and I tend to just kind of stay away from it. I follow...
That's about it. There's about 10 seconds left.
Big support.
Let's move to our next example here. So Brittany Fenty starts dunking on Jer yesterday. So Venti, after the clips resurfaced of Jeremy being a creep, a pervert, talking about how he would give up everything that he has in this world, including his wife, his mansion, his YouTube channels, just for a chance to impregnate Brittany Venti, okay? And also clips of him directly being drunk and creepy with her on live stream. She said that she was going to go scorched earth, that she was going to do a stream on Jeremy Hambley exposing him. Well, Jer didn't want this to happen because he's desperate to control the narrative, and that's how we end up where we end up now. So he starts DMing her, saying he's acting a little female-coded lately. No doubt, buddy.
Bitch alert.
No doubt, buddy. Bitch alert. Bitch alert. bitch alert, and apologizing to her and trying to make the stream stop happening. The thing is, she told Jeremy she didn't want DMs with him from the beginning. But once again, like the creepy perv that he is, he stepped over another boundary and another line. So Venti says, Jeremy, I don't want your ham babies. I told him very clearly I was not interested in messaging him privately, considering how he denied reality and twisted things with Josh Moon. He proceeds to privately message me anyway. Why? He could have tweeted. I don't want him to have an opportunity to twist things. Well, this would explode. We're going to get into it later in the show, but let's continue. Okay. So even Robert Barnes is getting it into quartering. So quartering regularly raids the Viva Fry show, who has as the regular guest Robert Barnes. They do that show together. Yeah. So now quartering is infighting with Robert Barnes as well. And it's not just us he's fighting with. He's fighting with like everybody on the right wing. Like quartering is doing this like no true Scotsman routine where the only person who's actually right wing, the only person who's ever actually been MAGA or anything like this is him. And he's decided that he's the arbiter of who's conservative and who's not. Robert Barnes just calls him out. Clickbait queen quartering complains about roar critics and accuses them of being what he actually is, a click-chasing fraud. Confession through projection. Let's continue. I mean, quartering's drunk and he's spiraling. So here comes his big apology. So let's zoom in here.
Let me just do a manual zoom. There we go.
So he says, this is the final time I will address this controversy. Spoiler alert, it was not, in fact, the final time he would be addressing this controversy, and not even within the same day, and not even within the same hour. He would be addressing this controversy all day. Yeah, he was just constant.
10
so it's just
later.
Another lie from Jer because he's a drunk. So he goes, there have been some folks having a lot of fun at my expense. Right away, this whole apology is a failure. Who has been having fun at your expense? PPP and Andy Worski, the Kino Casino. What he wants to do here is vaguely take accountability and vaguely apologize without actually apologizing, without actually taking accountability in the hopes that he can make this go away. Well, it's not going away. It's now going straight to the mat. So he says, it's been going on for like a year, and I never said anything about it until recently when they started inventing vile lies about my wife, my family, and, well, me as well, of course. Now, Jeremy, what are the lies? Can you explain what the lies actually are? Because he says there are vile lies, but the truth is his bull, Adam Sellers, actually is a bull. He's an active member of the cuckolding and swinger community. And he's been inviting that guy, and we have the clips of it, to his house on a regular basis. He lists him amongst his friends, and he says this has been his friend for over a decade. I'm sorry, but if any other public figure with right-wing views that calls other people cuckolds all the time was uncovered to have a bull of Jewish descent, okay, that comes around to their house and parties in a hot tub with their wives, people would be making fun of it. And Jeremy, you actually have been crying about it like a lot on your show. If people watched our videos, which now they can no longer do because you flagged our channel down, you would know this guy has been crying about this the entire time. But it's not about his wife. It's about the bull. We had been making fun of him for being a cuck, talking about the Sky Bowl, talking about the Pizza Bowl the entire time. The only reason this actually escalated was because we learned about Adam Sellers, the bull, and him coming over to his house and his criminal history, his history of domestic abuse, etc. That's why this is happening. I don't know exactly why, what the bull has on him, whether he actually is fucking Jeremy's wife, and that's what Jared doesn't want coming out, whether he has business ties with Jeremy Hambley, and Jeremy doesn't want that coming out, or what it is. But it was the moment that we started talking about this guy who's in Quartering's Discord server as a moderator, who's an active supporter of Jeremy Hambley and one of his friends in real life. That's when all of this escalated and started going crazy. Okay. Other than his wife, who we didn't even mention her name. We wouldn't even call her by name. It was always Quartering's wife. Yeah. And it was because Quartering was bringing up his wife. Other than that, and saying that he's a cuck, which I don't know how you can say that somebody's a cuck without bringing their wife into it, you know what I mean? Yeah. And other than his one friend, Adam Sellers, who is a criminal and a bull involved in a sex-swinging lifestyle, we haven't mentioned any of his other family members. We haven't targeted anybody.
He mentioned his wife.
This is nonsense.
Every day, okay? So...
This is nonsense, okay? He says, the thing I forget is this is the internet, and I can't spend all day responding to every new insane claim. That's what they want. He says he's been doing this long enough to know better, and he should never have even implied anything about taking the channel down.
Oh.
So right there, he's admitting he was wrong. He's admitting he was wrong to do that, but even still, he flagged it down anyway and did something that he knew was wrong. He says it's not okay. It's cringe. It's bad. And it was him getting emotional. So what is today then, Jeremy? It's even cringier. It's even more gay. It's even more emotional. He says, I guess it's harder to brush things off now that I'm in my mid-40s. The exact opposite should be true.
That's crazy to say.
It should be a lot easier to brush things off as you get older and more mature and more experienced with how things work. And you can comfort yourself with the fact that you're a multimillionaire living in a mansion in the lap of luxury, but apparently not. He says, plain and simple, I got triggered.
You got triggered.
We triggered the Quartering. Triggered alert. Triggered alert. Triggered alert.
Imagine being triggered in 2026.
He says he got triggered when they moved on to insulting his wife, his marriage, and his family. No, Jeremy, you insulted your wife, your marriage, and your family through your own words and actions on your show again and again and again with the creepy, flirtatious, infidelity behavior that you that you demonstrated with your female staff and others. He says, they state as fact some of the most vile, untrue shit imaginable. All in an attempt, by the way, he won't mention what any of this is or counter against any of it. In an attempt to get my attention. We don't want your attention, you idiot. We want to do a show that people laugh at and make money. And your segments have been very effective at doing that for us, okay? So he says he made the internet's cardinal sin of getting emotional. Well, it's not just getting emotional, it's flagging. These are the cardinal sins of the internet. And he doubled down on it. After all of this, I was emotional. I made a mistake. He ended up going through with it anyway. Holy.
Oh, man.
So he says it's a no-win situation. They make up insane shit like my friend of 10 years is having sex with my wife. So this bull, this guy who's an active sex swinger on our Midwest Hot Wives, our cuck, all these insane cuck subreddits.
On Twitter, by the way.
Publicly on Twitter, like engaging in this lifestyle. He's been your friend for 10 years. He has a criminal history that goes back longer than that, okay? And you're still friends with him. And you're inviting this guy over to your house to play darts next week. We have the clip of that.
I want your wife's big titties here. And
this guy is having this guy over to his house constantly, his wife over to his house constantly, talking about hot tub parties and stuff like that. Is it really that unreasonable to believe that? Is it really? Because I actually, with how he's been reacting to this, It's now my sincere belief that actually is happening.
I have no doubt now. Before it was like, oh, that's weird. You have a bull there. And now I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure that his wife is getting railed. Like, let's be fucking real.
It's crazy.
Let's be real.
So, and I just have to sit there and let it become lore. Why is a 43-year-old multimillionaire obsessed with what internet lore is on Kiwi Farms?
Yeah.
Like, do you understand that nobody gets to control their own lore and the own narrative around them? That people are always going to gossip and spread rumors and do conspiracy theories and things like that. Nobody gets to have full control over how they're perceived by the public as a public figure with millions of followers. That's delusional. And your attempts to control that are only going to backfire and make it spiral more out of control. And you should know that, and you're trying to admit you know that. But then you still do what you're doing. It's crazy. So he goes, if I address it, they'll just make something else more insane up. How about you just address it then and debunk the lies and the rumors and all this stuff? It's because he actually can't. It's because he can't, folks. That's why. He says, I have been way too open on the internet. Yes, you have been. We've been trying to tell you this, and other people have been trying to tell you this the whole time. You keep oversharing, talking about your personal life and all of this stuff, and then you expect that nobody will comment on it. Will you commentate on other people's personal lives? That's straight up cry bully shit. You can't have it both ways, Jeremy. You just can't. Anyway, he continues saying most everything they are memeing on is shit I've openly shared, like shitting his pants at a Walmart.
Okay.
So again, we're not actually making anything up then, are we? We're sharing stories that have come out of your own mouth. You're admitting that the vast majority of what we are saying about you are things that you have said about yourself. Oh, we're just making up all of these vile lies. I feel like we have some license as a comedy show for comedic effect, rhetorical flourishes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And speculation as well. You're allowed to speculate about anything and everything, but we're not allowed to speculate about you or implement comedic devices or rhetorical flourishes. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. Here you are admitting that most of what we talk about are things that you have admitted to doing, that you publicly do. And he says that's all fine. He says it's just the insane lies. Like, it's like, who are you to decide what the truth is and isn't, Jeremy Hambley? Like, who are you? Who do you think you are?
The king.
That I thought might end at some point. Well, buddy, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you don't get to control other people's critiques. Sadly, they just keep ratcheting them up. No, your lolcow behavior keeps ratcheting up, and we report on it. And now that I responded poorly, so he admits the response has been poor, more folks are getting involved and cementing this garbage as fact. Wow, Jer, let me pull out the giant tard bell. Let me pull out the giant tard bell for you, buddy. Whoa, buddy! It's exactly like I said would happen, isn't it, buddy? How stupid are you, Jeremy?
It's gonna be 10 times worse now.
And it's just gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse.
It's gonna be literally nonstop. It's gonna be nonstop. Like,
oh man,
thousands of people are spreading this message.
So he admits, he says, I've definitely done some cringe stuff worth making fun of, and I hope they make a lot of money doing it. Like, this is the Ricada I wish you $1 million routine.
He says it on the Kick show last night, too.
It's so transparently untrue and so passive aggressive and weak. Just say outright that you fucking hate us, but he does this oscillating where it's like this Schrodinger stuff that he does. Same thing with his grift where he's rich one day, poor one day. Talk about how he loves us in one breath and then about how he hates us in the other and we're harassing his family and blah, 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 blah. It's crazy stuff. So he says, this is the shitty part of it sometimes. Almost nothing said about me is being presented in good faith. Buddy,
we're a comedy show. We're a comedy show.
We openly say that we're a comedy show, that these are jokes.
We make jokes, we laugh.
You have to take the things that we say with a grain of salt. But sometimes we do stumble upon truths.
Yeah.
And the statement is, you get the most flack when you're over the target. And as soon as we mentioned Adam Sellers, your bull that has a criminal history, suddenly our channel started getting struck down. And you openly said that you were going to do it. We're not stupid. We all see what's going on here. You're trying to cover up for the fact that your friend Adam is a sex swinger involved in a degenerate lifestyle that you invite over into your home to party in a hot tub with your wife. That's what you're trying to cover up. But it's backfiring spectacularly. Spectacularly. So he says, comment sections have been wild, and I made it worse. And you're making it even worse today. He says, please don't bother engaging with this stuff. Everything is going to be fine. Is it though?
Yeah.
He says that he apologizes for his part in making it worse for people that just want to watch the show. He says they will see this post as yet another epic win in their twisted fantasies. I actually just see this as the delusional ramblings of an alcoholic who got caught with his hand in the cookie jar and is now desperately trying to backpedal and gain mercy and trying to appease people. That's what I see this as, to be honest. He says that he is human, and sorry to say, a pretty boring one, despite what you might hear or see on the internet. So he just wants us to deny the evidence of our own eyes and ears as to his lol-cal behavior. It's crazy.
Ash, you know who's defending us right now on Twitter?
Who?
Ethan Van Sciver.
Is he?
We have shit on Ethan Van Sciver. We do that like back and forth, and even he is now felting the quartering and saying he's a bitch for flagging us down and that he shouldn't have done it, and it's the number one rule on the internet. We have made probably 10 videos on Ethan Van Sciver, and he's made fun of us.
But it is the number one rule. It is the number one rule on the internet. And the thing is, the way that it's supposed to work, when you're a drama YouTuber like Quartering is and like we are, and he'll try and pretend he's not, but he absolutely is. Do you know what you do? You make an attack video on us saying that we're full of shit and Andy did this and I did that. But instead of actually doing his own response videos or his own streams, battling back and forth, and everybody could make money and everybody could have their say and everybody could get their licks in, instead he resorts to deplatforming, SJW tactics, and threats of lawfare. And that's fucking bullshit. It really is. And everyone agrees. So everyone just started roasting him over this,
and
just dragging him over this, just dunking on him over this.
I'm going to get one thing ready here. Sorry, guys. Things are happening as we're live here. So I'm just getting things ready for the next one. All right.
So here he is saying it was a moment of weakness and he never followed through. But he has now. He says he got in his feelings. He got in his feelings. This is the bad headspace. This is the Jarbo defense.
But this is bullshit, though, because he did flag our clip channel, right?
Yes.
He flagged it. And the Cathedral channel when he said this, so he lied. And then he had the fucking YouTube meeting with the manager.
He then claims he's disengaging. He did not, in fact, disengage, folks. He continued, okay? So now we have Josh Moon post on this, just deconstructing and destroying this entire bullshit apology narrative. He says, it's like you're taking all the lessons learned watching internet personalities implode and then reenacting it. Now, I just want to point out, this is coming from Josh Moon, the owner and operator of the Kiwi Farms. He knows an internet implosion when he sees one. Months ago, he advised Jer to pull up and stop acting the way that he was. He didn't listen. He says, you've crafted this message to own up without actually having to tell your audience what you did and to who. It's so true. For educational purposes, let's go point by point. 1, who is this for? Who are some folks? It should be for PPP and Andy Worski, but you don't mention them once. The first requirement of an apology is addressing the people who you have wronged. People are taught this as toddlers. Number 2, the second component of an apology is identifying what you are apologizing for. You actually didn't just say you'd take their channel down. You were threatening to go scorched earth and take everything they have. Mm-hmm. The third component is actually taking responsibility for it unconditionally. The first paragraphs preceding the apology is your justification. The first 9 paragraphs preceding the apology is your justification. If you feel so justified in going scorched earth and taking everything they have, then don't bother apologizing. And that's what's so weak about this. And this half measure that he did here really sinks his ship on what he did today, because he tried to get away with it and back away using this. And when that didn't work and people wouldn't let him off the hook, then he tried to silence everybody and control the narrative through deplatforming. Number 5, the true purpose, or sorry, 4, you're doing this on Twitter. Your tweets only get as many views as mine. And all Josh does is dump half-baked racism a couple times a week. Supposedly, you get as many as 60,000 live viewers, so that would be the appropriate place to apologize for threatening to engage in lawfare and deplatforming for online banter. And 5, the true purpose of this message is to try and appease PPP and the Kino Casino audience without actually having to expose your audience to anything that's been going on or any of the vile, untrue shit. This is the thing. If everything was so vile and so untrue that everybody would side with him, why doesn't he go to his audience with it and say, look at what these guys are doing? Because he knows that it's not untrue. He knows that, in fact, a lot of this stuff we're saying is true or is plausibly true, at least enough for us to be able to make jokes about it. So he can't do that because he'd be felted. So it's in the same way you thought threatening to take everything they had might make them shut up. You're hoping that an ambiguous apology might take the wind out of their sails without having to eat crow for anything. Finally, and most importantly, this message ignores reality. You've not learned anything. You've not accepted any of the points raised that have triggered you. Your friend, who you invite over to your house, is a known swinger with a criminal history involving domestic violence. There is very good circumstantial evidence that you were aware of this. There are way too many clips of you making wildly inappropriate statements to your female co-hosts. Nobody can take public statements that they're fine with it at face value. Do you want to know why? Because they're your employees. And one of them is feeding a baby, soon to be 2, which Jer told us that without her wanting to know, or without us wanting to know, which is insane.
You're pregnant. Boy, why would you say that? Ridiculous.
She can't afford to leave at any time if she wanted to. You also say, my female coworkers love working together and we're all friends. But we know for a fact that's not true. Former co-host and co-founder of the Publica, Sydney Watson, is evidently very unhappy, probably because of the on-screen sexual harassment she was subjected to. Despite your claim, she does appear to be subject to an NDA or maybe a non-disparagement clause, which is not technically an NDA. This post does 3 things. It admits that PPP is getting to you. 2, that you have learned nothing. And 3, you will keep causing the same problems for yourself. P.S. Ricada also does the smiley face cope thing.
Oh my God, the smiley face. Fucking cope. Okay. Look at this.
So even Jarbo is calling it
Jarbo,
out.
3rd dub in a week, by the way.
Quartering says the final time I will address this controversy, and Jarbo very righteously here. Final time? until it's Miller time. And it would not even be a day later. It would be the same day he would be addressing it again, drunk out of his mind. So,
all right.
Jarbo vindicated.
Line. Ralph.
Ethan Ralph. Ethan Ralph
the kid
is on side with the Kino Casino.
Yeah.
That's brutal, Jeremy. You fucked up. You're a bum, bish. So, Scarlett Hampton, for whatever reason, has a coffee brand coffee mug. Now, for those of you who don't know who Scarlett Hampton is, she is a porn star from such websites as blacked.com, a type of pornography that Jeremy likes to frequent based on his tweet about Black New World Order porn. Okay. And we were all like, why the fuck does she have this? Well, Ralph and her have now come out to say that Jeremy tried to cheat on his wife with Scarlett Hampton. By the way, Scarlett is based in the Milwaukee area, not very far from Jer's home in his home state. Yes. So Ralph comes out and says the quartering tried to that is, make sexual advances towards Scarlett Hampton. I heard this story from Scarlett Hampton herself. We will tell it later. Not sure if it was at the content convention or what, but that's what they're saying.
Do we get Scarlett on?
Oh, buddy.
The collab
I'm
that
just
nobody
saying,
asked for.
He was turned down by a blacked.com hooker, according to them. And he adds on here, tried unsuccessfully.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I guess I didn't have to specify. He's batting below the Mendoza line, bish.
He has a small dick.
Whoa,
he has a small packer.
Whoa,
buddy.
Here we have another person chiming in. You tried and failed to take away your critics' livelihoods, Jer. You don't get to apologize for spurging when people connect the dots with info you and your bull put online. Check yourself into a rehab program, for Christ's sake. And I agree with that 100%.
Yep. Let me respond to that.
Continuing on.
Okay.
Here we have the clip that sent all of this into motion with Brittany Venti as to why she did her exposed stream on Jeremy the other day. And when Jeremy tries to say that it's about his wife's dignity and his wife's honor, just keep in mind that he doesn't have kids with his wife and they're now in their 40s. But here he is saying he would give up everything he has in the world to be able to have children with Brittany Venti.
Let me tell you this.
All right, let me just lower this volume.
About Venti,
as much as the host do either.
I would give it everything I had to have babies with that girl.
The married man.
Even though all my kids look like sharks, I'm in. So tell me about the other two types of...
Does your wife know? Does your wife know the quartering we want to have with?
Oh yeah, I'm very open about it.
But he's not in an open relationship. He's open
about it.
It's all vile.
He's open about it, guys. He's gonna say here. Let's hear him. Let's hear him first.
It's cool with it.
She's cool with it. She's cool with him flirting and hooking up with other guys. That to me is the very definition of an open marriage. And you want to know what happened when I posted this clip as a reply to one of Quartering's tweets about how public celebrities should be shamed and stuff? He blocked me. And you got to wonder why. It's because it goes against his entire narrative about there not being an open marriage. Because right there, to everybody's face publicly, he said that his wife is okay with him pursuing other women and impregnating other women. Sounds pretty open to me, bud.
Okay.
Melanie Mack made a video called addressing this nothing burger.
Okay, we'll see.
The other 3 times.
Good on you to co-sign it. Good on you to co-sign it.
Hang on. The girl who's always talking about saying the F slur on fucking we're being banned for our speech is now supporting this. Interesting.
Well, she has nothing else. Yeah. I hope Johnny Junkers also supports that.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Yep.
So Jeremy then decides, even though he's got a policy against leaking DMs and it's evil to leak DMs, then decides to embarrass himself even more by leaking his full DMs with Brittany Venti. He says, since we're leaking DMs, I'm going to share the whole thing. Not only did I reach out to you when you were going through a rough time, I apologize to you if you were offended. The thing is, Jeremy doesn't even realize that it's not Brittany that he should be apologizing to. It's actually his wife that he should be apologizing to, more so than anybody else. Those comments are disgusting for a married man to make. He says, I have never been anything but kind to you. You did not tell me not to message you anywhere I saw. Well, you blocked her, you fucking degenerate. Like, I don't know. And then he unblocked her to send these DMs and then blocked her again. So we're going to have a look at these DMs up close. Let's go to the next slide.
There we go.
So he says, I have always tried to defend you. I literally have no idea where this baby in the belly thing is. If it was a cringe joke, I apologize. I'm not sure why you would turn so hard here. You can make whatever content you want. It's whatever, but like, you know, this shit is all bullshit. And if anyone knows what it's like to have fake shit spread about them, you do. Again, I have no idea about the baby in the belly stuff, whatever it is and was. I mean, he does know. He's seen the clips. The idea that he hasn't seen the clips is nonsense. But then he says that he's acting a little female coded lately. Ooh. But he has always had your back. It's just so weird that now you're willing to assume the absolute worst about me. Sorry about the block. Have a great week. I don't like.
How was your weekend? He said the thing.
He's so desperate to avoid getting exposed. Yeah, he's so desperate. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So he says, I said I never saw that. He then apologizes for the DM apologizing. He's apologizing for apologizing. He's a spineless jellyfish cock who shows his belly at the first sign of resistance. Then he says, these people are all snakes lying to you. I've never been anything but kind to this woman, and now she's pretending none of that happened for clicks. I was the loudest voice defending her against deplatforming during the Eliza Blue situation too. But I mean clicks, Jer. The lack of self-awareness. You're deplatforming us right now. And you're saying to her, I defended you while you were getting deplatformed? The reason Venti is taking our side, aside from all of the nice guy simpery and white knighting you may have done for her in the past, is because she knows that deplatforming is wrong, because she's faced it in the past, Jer. You're so dumb.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Right? We're going to keep going.
And then Brittany Venti, after Jer, he deletes his tweets because, again, he sobered up or realized it was a bad idea. He says, you defended me against Eliza Blue because she was trying to deplatform me. So, yeah, I'm going to speak up when I see you threatening to deplatform the Kino Casino.
Right.
And that's the thing. He counts the things that he believes that people owe him. And this is a similar thing that Ralph would do and Ricada would do, and other lolcows do, is they believe that if you did them a favor, if they did something nice for you in the past, that you owe them this like lifetime of loyalty, that you're required to sweep and defend every bad thing they ever do, even if it's against your own personal principles and values. And that's just not the way the world works. Venti points out Quartering deleted his tweets, but luckily I expected this, so I made sure to screen cap it.
Right. Here's a Brittany Venti. Great stream she did, by the way, felting Quartering. It was amazing.
She did a great stream,
so
felting
good.
and exposing Quartering. But after Quartering demanded that DMs get leaked, proving things that Brittany was saying, Brittany did leak some DMs. Here we have Jeremy attempting to cheat on his wife with an e-girl. Let's have a look.
Back in 2021, now I don't remember if I knew he was married at this time or whatever when he said this.
Yeah, he was married for like before this, like way
He's
before
been married
this.
since he was like 18 years old, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
He said that I'll probably cover this later today, but can you let me know if Jess is single? So Jessica is my friend.
Why would a married man be interested in if another woman is single? Doesn't look good to me. And when you compile it with all of the other examples of quartering being creepy and making sexual comments towards women, I don't think this is a joke. I don't think so. Not at all.
There was this whole thing with like Rob Breslau. He was trying to use his connect. He kind of pulled a quartering. He dangled the job in front of my friend Jessica's face and was like, "Get me a date with Brittany, and I'll get you this job. I'll get you this connection." What? I exposed him for that. So I'm pretty sure that was the context for this. He was like, let me know if Jess is single. I have a hate crush on her. I'm sure you know that's a joke, but I'm compelled to say it. I think from thus far, from what we've seen, it's not been a joke. So this has been going on for a long time.
That's the you're dipping your toes in to see if it, if
it's
okay.
a joke. Yeah. Unless. So Brittany Venti claimed that 7 women have told her in DMs that the quartering has been a creep to them. And his response when asked about it was for Brittany to release the information. Hopefully she releases all of the information, and all of the women who have been affected by quartering over the years come forward and expose his behavior. I really think that that's necessary.
And we'll cover that for sure.
Here's quartering asking for it to come out. Here's quartering just melting down, by the way.
And
let's have a listen.
Full hour of full hour edit later, guys. It's fucking funny.
I'm just trying to be nice to everybody. This gets me in trouble online, apparently.
Are ya?
I'm sure we won't have to look very
being nice to anyone, including women, is frowned upon.
This is the thing: is he believes that because he's been nice to people in the past, that he's entitled to a lifetime of loyalty and defense, even when he's blatantly, openly doing things that are wrong and the people around him disagree with it. That's not how it works, Jeremy. It's real creepy, nice guy energy, by the way.
Oh my god! After this, like I got a crazy one. I got to slip
and those same dumbass whore women turn around and pretend like they weren't begging you for help, and then try to paint you as some sort of.
But even
creeper.
if they were begging you for help back in the day, it doesn't mean that you're allowed to do whatever you want, and they have to defend you, or they can't criticize you, or make fun of you, Jeremy. Like, that's not what it means. It's crazy the way that you view things.
I can count on
you can clip that. When everyone was talking about how this broad couldn't clean her own cat litter boxes, and when they were getting deplatformed.
Oh,
I
so
stood
wait.
up for her,
so
and then,
wait. When gossip and rumors are spread about Jeremy, it's wrong. But when it's time for Brittany Venti, it's fair game, right?
Yeah.
To talk about all of the rumors and all of the dirt and all of the gossip around her.
He brings this up 5 times during that stream, okay? That we have edited. But it's like her big thing was she didn't have her litter box cleaned out one time.
You know?
Like, oh my, whoa!
She's stinky! She's dirty!
Bro.
This is like, this is like 9 years, old lore. You know what I mean? Like, okay, shit.
Now she's pretending like none of that happened, and
she's not.
Just clicks. That's okay.
But it's not about
that. She's made jokes about that.
It's not about clicks, Jeremy. It's about doing the right thing. This is the thing. This guy lacks theory of mind. He lacks the ability to understand why other people do things. For him, he only does things for clicks and money. So that must be what's motivating other people, and not that they're standing up against your deplatforming campaign because they don't want to get deplatformed themselves.
Doesn't matter.
All right, okay. Let me add this real quick. I'm going to slide in a brand new tweet from a guy called LUS. Now, if you've seen his videos recently, he was talking about how like Jared did a bunch of stuff to him. Well, he has just tweeted, and look what he just tweeted here. Ash, do you want to read this very interesting tweet right here? Go ahead.
He says, yeah, Jeremy, remember when you struck other Magic the Gathering channels back in the day because you couldn't take the heat? Ooh. And now you've terminated Kino Casino clips, you've removed a man's income and left his family in need? Rumble, this is the guy you push as the face of free speech. And again, I just want to say, like, I don't want him removed from Rumble. I don't want his connections at Rumble to go away. I would just like for our platform not to be taken down by this fat cuck. That's all that I want.
That's literally it.
And he's just opened himself to just a brutal can of worms. And again, I disavow anybody flagging him, anybody reporting him,
or heading to his house, or
anything like that. But this is insane work, Jeremy. It really is.
The flag, Jer. Retract the flag. That flag, the whatever you did with your fucking YouTube manager.
What time are you talking to Alex tomorrow? Whatever time that pussy has me on. He won't, though.
Alex Jones?
He talks a big game, but he's got my fucking number. He won't bring me on because he knows exactly what he's doing.
What?
I don't know. Like, that Alex Jones is scared of this guy? Like,
Alex Jones is scared of fucking quartering?
Listen to this.
I've told every woman in my life that I put a baby in her belly. Didn't you know that?
Right. So it's okay that he does sexual harassment because he sexually harasses every woman that he encounters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Friend of the show.
So that's Shoe on Head, you know, letting him know that it's wrong to deplatform. And he says, oh, Shoe, on the second part, I will never apologize to those fucking losers who circulate Photoshop disgusting pictures of my wife. We are not 18 years old anymore. Pretty sure you wouldn't have apologized to those people spreading fake nudes of you, would you? That's real polite of Jer, by the way, to bring up the nudes that were leaked of Shoe. That's real nice of him
disgusting.
there.
That's actually disgusting.
But you know, he wants to play the victim while he does this bully, fucking disingenuous bullshit.
Porn,
but
by the way.
I came in and responded to it because he talks about disgusting pictures of his wife. Now, this is what I retweeted, and I came in and replied. Let's go to the next slide.
Yeah.
I said, this is the disgusting photo in question. One of the lamest and clearly fakest Photoshops of all time. I retweeted it just to show the lengths you will go to play the victim. Meanwhile, you disrespect and cheat on your wife constantly in public. Are you gonna cry? He never responded to that because he knows that he's blown the fuck out. And this is the only image that we distributed, which I didn't even post. It was a retweet, by the way. Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, though. Like, we're gonna pretend like that's like an AI deep fake of his wife getting blown out or something. Yeah. Like, it's just not the case at all. So then Melanie Mack comes out with this totally not ordered, from on high defense of her master and employer quartering, saying quartering is the realest friend she's ever made in this space. It's no coincidence that after he gave his life to Christ, the attacks and lies on him have increased rapidly. Satan accuser is working through some filthy roaches. So we're now talking about how this show is the work of the devil and his demons and blah, 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 blah.
Meanwhile, they can criticize everyone they want. They can talk about everyone's wives and husbands.
It's just the craziest cope there could be. Jeremy, by the way, has been outright admitting on his show that he hasn't been attending church regularly. And he's talked about how he brought his sex swinger bull to church. And by the way, since his conversion to church and to Christ, he's been exposed looking at cuckold porn on his Twitter timeline.
Yep.
And he's still inviting this sex swinger bull over to his house to play darts. So it's not like there's been any actual repentance or anything like that. It's all just a grift. And it's the most convenient timing it could be. Well, Charlie Kirk got shot, so I'm a Christian now.
Yeah. You're right.
You know, like,
literally.
Like, listen, there are people who genuinely were shook up in their hearts and genuinely did convert to Christ.
Of course.
But with what we know about Jeremy and the way that he is and how shamelessly he grifted Charlie Kirk's death, I'm very skeptical. I'm very skeptical about his conversion to Christ, but that's neither here nor there. And any sort of accusation that we're working for the devil, like, are you actually retarded? Like, in all seriousness.
You were a preacher. You quote the Bible all the time.
Oh, man.
Do you want to
Anyway.
read some super chats starting from potentially criminal? I got to use the bathroom, and we have a lot.
Yeah, by the way, we've got definitely not Brock for 45 subs. It Weeb for 10 subs. Review Tech Mongolia says, never seen someone hit on 21 before, but here we are. Holy dumb fuck. Major Kong says, it's over, guys. Benny Johnson supports the Ham Planet. Does he really? That's wild, bro. Free speech warriors out here. I don't know about that, though. Jimmy Gianni for 2,000 kicks says, we got 13,000 in the casino and trending globally on Twitter. He literally has cemented himself into the pillars of lol cows, aka to Chris Chan. Ring it up, casino dub. We got Dark Blitz Frenzy for 3 subs. G Money for a sub. Regular customer man says it's apology brand apology. Is he really doing the review tech Aerith and says we're hacking him? I'm sorry, but like, I'm technologically illiterate, and Andy Worski is so retarded he can barely run OBS. Like, the idea that we're hacking anybody is so asinine and ridiculous on the face of it that
You're right. It's like when I was accused of hacking RTU.
Man, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We got War Wizard 7 for a sub. Capo813 says it's a crossover, bish. The Harm for a gifted sub. Suffer for a rage quit, says the house always wins. We got Demon Psychiatrist for 2,000 kicks. I fear his toilet will suffer the most. Oh, buddy, the dirty alcohol-induced diarrhea dumps from Jer's dumper are gonna destroy it. The porcelain's gonna be punished by Jer's pooper tonight, folks. Big Shot Lion for 10 subs as well. Fuda Snack says Billy Mitchell tweeted in support.
Yep.
All the heroes, executive outcomes for a pack it up as well. Lots of support from everybody tonight. So much support, again, for like 3 days, 3 shows in a row since Jeremy did this. The support has been unending.
Beyond.
Vera Dark has called this out and said that this is bitch behavior from Jeremy.
Look, I got the Vera Dark there, you know, saying bitch behavior. Shulenhead again under my video. Tweeted, this is insane. Please restore their channel. This is the flagging system being abused. Yep. We got Ethan Van Skyver, our enemy, defending us here.
Well, someone said he lets a black guy fuck his wife and said this to a large credulous audience who laughed and spread it around. He found it to be intolerable and is reacting like this. Okay, he's defending Jer here.
Wait, is he?
He is. He's defending Jer.
Of course he is.
Well, John Delaroz here, though, is coming out against the quartering. So, I mean, listen, it really is coming down to, like, really the most pathetic people online side with Jer. It's very few people. People like Ricada, people like Ethan Van Skyver.
But look at this. Heel versus Babyface is tweeting this out here. So thank you to Heel versus Babyface there. 148 retweets. Holy shit. We got Meme Copium, who's been covering this amazingly, fucking doing this. Stardust has returned, and hers went pretty big, fucking too, with like 34. Another one that had 80. We got Fake Wizard. I watched this guy on YouTube. He's a huge channel. He's had 100K subs. Is fucking D-Dave Cobra is back on this. Brittany fucking Venti's back on this. And there he is again.
So it just continues and continues the Streisand effect. And we have like 13,000 live viewers, our largest audience, I think, ever for the program.
Yep.
So quartering then comes and says, thank you, I will release your paycheck to Melanie Mack. I mean, it's just full on mask off, you know? It's a joke, but it's the reality. The only reason Melanie defends this guy who has a sex swinging bull over at his house is because he signs her paychecks. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. So By the way, we got Azelgath for 10
subs. Let's go. We had a lot today, folks. We're gonna be fucking bending this motherfucker over nonstop. So strap in, folks.
I can't believe he said this. He's sorry to report, I do not, in fact, have a Jewish bull. The moment that you have to say the sentence that you do not, in fact, have a Jewish bull, you already lost. But you do, in fact, have a Jewish bull. You have a gentleman, Adam Sellers, of Jewish descent, who is involved in the bull community. He cuckolds other men, and he comes over to your house and has been your friend for 10 years. So yes, you do have a Jewish bull. What's actually up for debate is whether or not your Jewish bull actually fucks your wife. And with the way that you're overreacting and pissing your pants and flagging things down, people are starting to suspect there may be some truth to that. He says that he doesn't have any prior or current employees under NDA, and all his female coworkers love working together, and they're all friends, and everything you see in here isn't true or it's purposely warped, even though in his apology he admitted that most of the things that we cover are things that he has said himself, like him pooping his pants or pissing on his basement floor. So, continuing, here he is talking to Josh, and we're just going to call this lie out for what it is. He says that he honestly didn't know about his friend and his shit. He hasn't talked to him since, and he had no idea he was such a degen. But on his stream last night, Jeremy revealed that he's still friends with the fellow and will be having him over to his house for darts. Let's have a look at this next clip.
Ooh, this one?
Oh, actually, the bull is still in the Discord server, by the way.
Oh,
he's still.
Well, I thought he's
still there.
I thought he told that to Josh that he was a degenerate F-slur.
But he's still in the Discord server, and here he is saying he's going to do darts with the bull. I wonder what that means.
But this clip is like not even. His stream was so low.
Is Adam coming over today? No, we have darts probably next week.
Okay, sorry, it's very low. I boosted it in my version. Don't worry.
Somebody asked him, "Is Adam coming over today?" And he said, "No, not today. But we have darts next week."
Yeah.
So he's not disassociating from
we have
Adam
a cleaner
the bull.
Version next later for you guys.
Here, Jer, maybe you should listen to Melanie Mack here when she reads the Bible about how you can't associate with sexual degenerates like Adam. Here comes Mel reading the Bible, Jer.
It's in verse 11 that says, I meant that you are not to associate, don't associate at all, with anyone who claims to be a believer yet indulges in sexual sin, or is greedy, or worships idols, or is abusive, or is a drunkard, or cheats people. Don't even eat with such people.
Hambly
now, how
regularly
many times
gets
do you
drunk.
see like?
Now, are you going to follow your own advice about that? That you wouldn't eat a meal with Jared because he's an open alcoholic, like he's an open drunkard. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
In our churches, for example, how many times do you see? Okay, here you have this couple in church that are living together and fornicating with each other, but they are not married. What does the Bible tell us? Not to associate with them. So whenever you see things like that going unchecked within the church, well, that's a problem with the church because they are supposed to be actively avoided. And I know it sounds harsh, but this...
By the way, we got Rubbernet for 50 subs!
Let's go! Big support. Thank you, Rubbernet.
Is Jer gonna be okay? Like, look at how swollen his feet are, buddy. Like, oh man, he's in rough shape, dude. Is he gonna
you
die?
Can see it still.
Holy
thanks,
dude.
Rubbernet. And see Sneedson for a sub too. No, he's gonna die. Like, this is crazy. Look at this.
So here we have, it's all coming together to form Feltron. The cockness of Ian Jamha, the smugness of Nick Ricada, the flaggetry of Matt Jarbo, and the begging of Dark Side Phil all come together to form Feltron. We actually have an artist's rendition of Feltron here that you can see in the next slide. Oh, no, we got welcome to Feltron for 10 subs.
Thank you. Welcome to Feltron. By the way, I just got a text from Kurt Metzger. He's rattled.
I bet
he's right. He just shouted us out.
You want to shout out some of the stuff? I'm going to use the washroom quickly.
Yes.
I'm going to be right back,
No problem.
and then we're going to get into Quartering's insane drunken meltdown stream from last
yesterday.
night. One of the funniest streams I've ever seen, where he's basically fully become dark side Phil. So you're not going to want to. Yep. I'll be right back.
Sounds good, buddy. Guys, thank you so much for the big support. I'm trying to respond to DMs and get things in order here and trying to figure things out, guys. Thank you. A bunch of YouTubers have reached out to their YouTube managers and people are adding Team YouTube. Really, really appreciate that, guys. The support is just overwhelming. Again, for me and Ash, we have this platform, the Kick, which is the best platform ever, that we basically make money on all this stuff. And our editor got 100% of all the funds from the Clip channel, and he used it to feed his kid, his baby, his wife, pay for the rent, all that stuff. So Quartering used his connections to YouTube to Felt, our editor, who, by the way, blurred out his wife's face when he didn't even have to. He didn't have to do any of that. He was as careful as you could be with TOS. There was no strikes on our account. Our account was clean, and it just poof, vanished. My Warski account that was unbanned 6 months ago, no strikes on it, poof, vanished. And then he goes, I'm going to speak to my non-Pajit YouTube manager, and I'm gonna have them removed off of YouTube. Got my Warski thing banned, and then got our Clip channel banned. But luckily, we still have the fucking the audience here.
We still have the audience's support, and as long as we have your support, no matter where we end up having to go, I don't think that Kick will ever cave to the cuckold Hambly's demands.
Definitely
But if they do, whether it's Rumble, whether it's Party, whether it's Robot Streamer, we will continue to broadcast this show.
Ruined his life.
Follow us on Twitter.
His career
at
is
Power
over.
of the Truth and at Andy Warski.
Links are down there.
And we'll let you know where we're going to be, because this really is an unprecedented level of flaggatry. I don't know if I've ever seen it get this fucking crazy.
This is beyond,
to be honest,
Mundane Matt, beyond anyone who flagged, beyond anyone who tried to deplatforming. This is beyond a leftist. Guys,
by the way, we got Proxy for me for 25 subs and Rex Racer for 10 subs as well. Big support. But let's get into this Hambly stream from last night.
Oh,
this guy was getting cooked bad.
Is it here?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's quickly.
We have a few other things.
We have a couple other things. Here he was going on a blocking spree.
Oh, of course.
He ended up blocking Jaden McNeil. He ended up blocking me.
Yeah, there's your
he
victory.
ended up blocking Steve Cambion as well.
Yep.
And, Yellow Flash, worked with the Quartering and, had him on his show, and he was on Quartering's show. But even Yellow Flash wasn't supportive of Quartering, tweeting out the Quartering's history of degeneracy exposed, going, whoa, buddy. Then Quartering came in. He goes, seriously? He couldn't even believe it. Because he doesn't believe that anybody would actually support us, that everybody would side with him because he has so much clout and so much influence and all this. He felt it. He was rattled about that from Yellow Flash. There's the Bugle Daily. And here we have the Flash, Yellow Flash, saying Jer is a false flagging scumbag. You became everything you hated. Now let's get into his drunken stream.
Okay, first of all, we'll start with the
First
Rumble
of all,
side.
we start off with the title. He misspelled Baldur's Gate. He's drunk. You look at the like-dislike ratio. He got ratioed big time on his home turf. This is supposed to be his massive platform with all of his supporters, but he was absolutely dominated in the like-dislike ratio and even more brutally dominated in terms of the chat itself. There's a zoomed in like-dislike ratio. Here's a night. So Mersh, of all people, was stream sniping him and sent this one in for Jer. How many times have you smelled Melanie Mac's chair? Be honest, he didn't respond to that. Didn't like that.
Stream was called "The House Always Wins." Shout out to Mersh.
Whoa,
Mersh Nightwave Radio.
buddy.
Let's go.